Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for being here. I just got back from Friday Night Magic at the local game store, Davis Cards and Games in Davis, California. We had our weekly Kamigawa Neon Dynasty draft, and first 3-0 finish. I was astounded. Not finished 3-0 ever. I've been playing Magic for a little bit less than a year, and I've never gone 3-0. I've gone 2-1 and a lot of 1-2s, but 3-0, first time, and it feels really good, especially to get a couple of cool promo packs for the effort. I'm going to go through the deck today and show you the deck that went 3-0. Very few rares, actually just one rare in the entire deck. And so we'll check that out, and you'll see what was in the deck, and let me know what you thought. I had some really quick games. The deck worked really quickly. It was a green and white, so Selesnya, enchantments, which is, of course, very common. Powerful deck, I think, in Limited when it comes to Kamigawa Neon Dynasty in this format. And so we'll check out the deck, and then we'll check out what we get in these packs. I can't wait to do that. So let's turn the camera around. Let's go. All right, we're going to check out 3 cards that actually in the final game I'd subbed out. I threw these back into the sideboard against my final opponent. So these were out. I'll tell you the deck he was playing and why I decided to take these out. So the Fall of Lord Konda. This is like a removal spell, basically. And it wasn't that great. Like, I had to hold it in my hand a lot because I didn't really want to play it till the person had a creature I could exile with mana value 4 or greater. Now, in my other games, I was able to do that to really good effect. Just hold it in the hand until, it could remove something. So it was basically just a removal spell. But, the guy that was playing was kind of like an artifact sort of value deck, and nothing he had like mana value 4 or greater. The biggest card, which was the most annoying card, was the Tatsunaki Toad Rider, which just totally destroyed me in the first game because he was able to get that out. An enchantment, I couldn't block it, so he got the enchantment out, which got the frog out. They became unblockable. I didn't have what I needed. This would not have gotten rid of it. So I took it out. Fate into Antiquity, So the guy had artifacts and enchantments, but I needed something faster than sorcery speed. And in fact, I never actually drew this card, so I took it out, and I'm glad I did. It didn't do a single thing. And Repel the Vile. Again, I was putting this card in the main deck because it exiles target enchantments, which there are many in Kamigawa, but I really needed to exile a creature, and this says with power 4 or greater, and the guy never had a 4 or greater power on the field. So this was just not worth having in the deck, so I took that out. So let's go to the deck itself. Took out all the lands except for, of course, this one to share with you guys. This was a dual land, taps for blue and green. I splashed one blue card, and you'll see it coming up here. The Ecologist Terrarium, I think this was really nice. Helps me get land, which I think is important. The +1/+1 counter that you can throw onto something by sacking this was also significant in every single instance that I used this card. So I really thought it went well. Commune with Spirits, this was okay. I used it once in my final round that I sided it in, and I just took out it replaced one of those 3 cards at the beginning that I showed you. I think it was just a little bit better value. Also helps you get land, right? So, or enchantment. So this was actually really nice. I actually might put this in. I think I personally undervalued this card when it's better than it is, than I thought it was. And it only costs 1 green. So that's good. It's a good card. Season of Renewal. I used it once, but it didn't really make a huge impact in the games that I particularly played. I told you that the games I played for the most part went very, very quickly. And so having to bring things back wasn't like a thing that really I had to do. Lucky Offering. This was a sided-in card. Destroy artifact with mana value 3 or less and gain 3 life. This was really just targeted for my final opponent. And yeah, that was all it was. Never played it. Imperial Oath. This is a card I never even saw in the 7 games that I played. Never drew this card. Imperial Oath. I had the mana to play it, and I think it would have made a good difference in the game had I drawn it, but I never did. So it was not a big impactor. Ancestral Katana. There's a card that I specifically wanted to have this card, and I was able to accomplish it in a couple of games and made a big difference. And I think it did well. I drafted it. It's a common card. It's a card I was actively looking for, and so even though there might have been a rare or something other in the pack, this is the card I wanted, and it definitely helped. Here's the one blue card in the entire deck. That's the only reason I had like a couple of islands. The Terrarium, the dual land, was for the Colossal Sky Turtle. Now, this is a great card, and it actually helped me feel confident in some of the games because I could use its channeling abilities to help me get out of situations I might have needed to, where I needed to maybe like remove a target creature, like bounce them back to their hand. But all in all, I didn't really have to do that, and never really used this Sky Turtle. But just having it, I think, it was good backup, and it did give me a little bit of security. Hot Tub Kami. This guy, always good. Gained 3 life a few times with it from bouncing an enchantment, and then being able to reuse my sagas was great, especially one that I'll talk about coming up soon. Jukai Preserver, just really solid. 3/3 and adds a +1/+1 counter either to itself or something else, or you can throw +1/+1 counters on other things at pretty much instant speed is really nice. This is a really great card. I think it's always useful in green. This is the card that I bounced with Geothermal Kami. Befriending the Moths. Creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying. This just got me over the top, and that's why I was winning games early, because if I dropped this, turn 4/5, I had flying creatures that just would go over things, and one particular creature that they just had no answer for. We'll get to that. Towards the end, I actually drafted 2 of them. One was not in the deck, one was in the sideboard, but it got in because it was making such a huge impact. Tales of Master Shiro is also just an amazing saga. I always feel like it costs a little bit much, like at 5 total mana value cost, but you know what? Putting a +1/+1 counter on for 2 times and then getting a 5/5 with Vigilance is no joke. Really great saga here. I had 2 removal spells, Master's Rebuke and Wanderer's Intervention. Both of them were great, actually. The only time that it wasn't great, because I only had 2, was when I had to face off against the Toad Rider, and I didn't have either of these, and so I could not stop the Toad Rider. But either one of these would have done the job. I was initially afraid of this card at the very beginning of the set when I saw it was 6 and a white, but it costs 1 less for each enchantment that I control, and so that dramatically reduces the cost. It's a 4/4 in the air, which is just, it's very hard to deal with. And this deck primarily had a lot of good aerial attacks with the Befriending the Moths enchantment, with this card, and some others that we'll talk about. It just gave my opponent fits. This guy was a huge surprise. I only got this off in the couple of games, but, taking 6 damage, and no one's expecting ninjas in green, right? So this guy springing into action was just so great. And then, of course, he stays, and he's a 6/5, and then you have to deal with a 6/5, and that's not easy to deal with. This guy's an absolute tank. Its ability to actually return permanents from the graveyard to my hand, that was great, too. I was able to recur some things with this card that just made life really difficult for my opponent. By the way, that was the only rare that I played in the entire deck. Bamboo Grove Archer. This guy, I've come to really love this guy, especially in a mid-range deck like this, where when this guy comes down early in the game, you feel really safe. Like you're like, I'm not gonna die anytime soon. This guy is protecting me. Goes protects against flyers, protects against a lot of the power two early creatures that are out there. I think this guy's an all-star in this format. Orochi Merge Keeper, also great. I have cards that add +1/+1 counters, which make this guy give you 2 green mana. When you tap, it's a mana dork. This guy is just really, really nice. I can't say enough about this. I drafted 2 of them, and I actually had both of them on board often. It was great to just be able to ramp up Moth Rider Patrol ×2. This guy is the one I wanted the katana for. And so it was attacking for 3 in the air. It could tap down creatures. Oftentimes this was like turn 1 play for me because it's a 1-drop. Just a really valuable card for me. I just really like the Moth Rider. It just made it difficult. Carries the katana, carries +1/+1 counters, could tap down things, could block if necessary. Did all of that this game. So this was an all-star, but not the top star. The top star was Harmonious Emergence ×2. This card gives you a 4/5 green spirit creature with vigilance and haste. That's ridiculous. Especially with the mana dorks, I was able to just get this out, turn 3 even. What was it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, turn 3. Yeah, turn 3. And it would be tapped, but it would be ready to go the next turn, and they didn't have any answers for this. This won me the game so often, and even in the final game, I had both of these out with Befriending the Moth. So one of them was flying in the air with a +1/+1 until end of turn, and just game was over. So really, really great card. Let's check out the cards I didn't play. This was the complete sideboard and the complete rest of the draft. Bear of Memory. I like this card, especially with the Branch of Boseiju card, but I didn't get one of those, unfortunately. Brute Suit is great. Hey, I drafted a Mythic, didn't play it at all. Kaito Shizuki. I felt bad because actually my second opponent played a Ninja deck, and this and some of the other black cards I drafted, because I was thinking of splashing black, would have been great for her, but didn't happen. So Kaito Shizuki was one of them. That would have really helped her. So would have this Inkrise Infiltrator. This is, to me, like the Moth Rider. I mean, it does cost 1 more, but I think just as good. Okiba Reckoner Raid. Great 1-drop saga. And then Life of Toshiro Umezawa. This is an amazing 2-drop saga. So I drafted some really nice black cards, just didn't end up playing them. Thunderstone Colossus, nothing really big. These are just some stuff. The red, no one's really playing red. Jungle Hollow, see, I had black to really splash. I didn't end up doing it. I think that was the right choice. Heir of the Ancient Fang, Dragon Kami Reborn. This saga is not very good at all, and because you really need like a big creature to put into play, and you have to hit it with when you look through the deck, only 3 cards. So not a good saga. It went around the table. I just picked it up. Dragonfly Suit, Imperial Subduer, and Cyber Trespassers. That was it, really. That's the sideboard. So nothing crazy. Oh, Tamiyo's Safekeeping was a card I really was thinking of throwing in, and ended up not getting in. All right, let's get to the packs. We got 3 set boosters as prizes. Got a promo pack and a promo pack foil promo, and then regular promos. So let's check out the set boosters. I forgot that they were giving out set boosters. I keep thinking that they're just regular draft boosters, but no. Ooh, we got the big sword. Inkrise. Nice art on that one. Oh, by the way, the guy across from me drafted the Wandering Emperor pack 1, pick 1. That was amazing. Restoration of Iganjo. Oh, and it was foil too. That's a card I would love to have, but that's okay. Restoration of Iganjo, first rare. Pack number 2. We have... I wish I had that in the draft. Dragon Kami Reborn. Yikes. Okay, so I got 2 of these. Ooh, and then Ogre Head Helm in the showcase art in foil. That is nice. So double rare pack with the rare in foil. Look at that art. That is so sweet. Gravelighter in that pack. And oh, nice. Farewell. Great overall card for, especially for like commander decks and things like that, which it'll go in. Okay, let's do the regular promo pack first. It's pink. Looks like a reality chip. Yep, reality chip. It's got the Planeswalker foil thing there. Silver for Master. Shadrick's Silver Quill. That's cool though. Mythic. From Strixhaven. Alright, the foil promo pack. This is for winning all 3 games. Nice. Takenuma Abandoned Mire. Silver for Master. And Nimble Trap Finder. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around for this whole video, I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think of the deck or the pulls that I got. Again, always appreciate you watching the channel. I will see you next time.